The birth of numbers and the wisdom of ancient civilizations. Have you ever asked this question? When did people begin to count? The history of numbers is far older than expected. Even before letters existed and before books were made, people were already using numbers. Exploring numbers, therefore, is not merely learning mathematics. It is a journey tracing the oldest memories of humanity. Just as archaeologists reconstruct ancient civilizations by fitting together broken pottery fragments, mathematicians infer the origin of numbers from the smallest traces. One especially intriguing artifact is the Ishango bone. Notches carved at regular intervals appear on its surface, and these are believed not to be simple counting marks, but records of the lunar cycle. Think about it. Before electricity, how dark were the nights? On a full moon night, it must have felt like a giant street light had turned on. People naturally looked up at the sky and wondered, when will the bright night return? To find the answer, they began to use numbers. Numbers are not just tools for calculation. They arose from the human effort to understand nature. That effort gradually built larger and more complex civilizations. How, then, did ancient civilizations use numbers? Consider Mesopotamia and Egypt. Both began along great rivers and needed to maintain an orderly society. Accurate calculation was essential for farming, collecting taxes, and constructing buildings. The Babylonians of Mesopotamia made a remarkable choice. While numbers are counted in base 10 today, they used a base 60 system. This choice is why 1 hour has 60 minutes and 1 minute has 60 seconds. Every time a clock is checked, the wisdom of the ancient Babylonians is still in use. The Babylonians also recorded numbers on clay tablets. Before paper existed, clay served as an excellent notepad. Writing things down makes calculation much easier than doing it all in one's head. Thanks to these tablets, people could handle more complex calculations and systematically work with concepts such as interest and squares. Egyptian civilization also developed alongside numbers. However, because Egyptians used papyrus for recording, few materials remain. Among them, the Rind papyrus is especially valuable, and its opening line is remarkably striking. It contains complete knowledge of all things, insight into every living being, and understanding of every mystery and secret. Meanwhile, the Egyptians used a different approach. They based calculation on addition and doubling. For example, when multiplying a number, they repeatedly doubled it step by step. Another interesting point is how fractions were used. The ancient Egyptians mostly used fractions with a numerator of 1, called unit fractions. Why was this? The exact reason is unknown, but it may be because dividing objects or sharing property becomes more intuitive and fairer with this method. Egyptian mathematics focused less on elaborate theory and more on solving real-world problems. Numbers lay at the center of building pyramids, surveying land, and dividing goods fairly. Here's a question to consider. If numbers did not exist, could civilization have developed as it has today? Time could not be measured, structures could not be built with precision, and goods could not be shared fairly. Though invisible, numbers form the hidden framework that supports civilization. In this way, ancient civilizations were not built only from massive stones or bricks. They were built on something smaller, the invisible bricks called numbers. Even now, we live on that foundation. Every moment we check the time, count money, or measure length, numbers are there. So one final question remains. What kind of new civilization will the numbers we use today create?